Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to cover everything about subqueries in MySQL. I'm going to divide this subquery concept into two parts of the video. In part 1, we will be discussing all the basics of subquery. In part 2, we will be discussing all the different types of subqueries and the multiple practice questions. Okay. In my previous video, I already have covered group by clause. So if you want to learn subquery, first go and learn group by clause. You must know the different rules of group by clause. So then only you can understand easily why these subqueries are required. Also in the last video, at the end of the video, we have seen one problem statement in group by clause video only, right? That problem statement we were unable to solve just by using group by clause. So the same problem statement, how to solve by using subqueries concept, I'm going to teach you in this video. Okay. So again, I will tell you, if you would have missed my previous group by clause video, please go back, first watch it, understand the rules and concept, then come and learn subqueries. Okay. And 101% you will become expert in this. So let's start with subqueries in MySQL. First, I'm going to take help of this table, employees table. Let's see the problem statement, which we have seen in my last video at the end of the video. So the problem statement was something like this. Write a query to display all details of an employee. Let me just adjust my video over here. Okay. Write a query to display all details of an employee who is getting highest salary. Highest salary. So this is your problem statement, guys. You have to write a query to display all details of that employee. All details means all rows or all columns. All columns, guys. All details means all rows. No. All details means his employee ID also. His or her. Name also, department ID also, salary also, location also, status also. This is called as all details. Means all columns. So you have to display all details. But not for all employees. Only for such employee who is getting highest salary among all the department. Okay, not with respect to specific department. So how you will write the query? Now if you are thinking, ma'am, we will write the query like this. Look very carefully. Tell me what is the highest salary in this? Is it 80,000? Yes. So you want to display actually the details of this Frank. All the details of Frank because Frank is getting highest salary among all the departments. So can we write the query like this? Select all the details from employees table. So if you write select all the details from employees table, what will happen? You will get all the records, means all the details of all the employees. But I don't want all employees. I want to filter the rows. So wherever you want to filter the rows, where clause is must. Where clause is required to filter the rows. Do remember this. Okay. So wherever. Okay. What condition should I write? Can we write wherever salary is equal to 80,000? Like this. So I am getting the employee detail, all the means the detail, all the detail of that employee who is getting highest salary, correct? But this is not the correct way of writing the query, guys, because as of now, in your table, you have only 9 records. So manually you have checked, okay, who is getting maximum salary? Frank is getting 80,000. So manually you have written 80,000. But let's imagine you have some 10 lakh records in your table. So manually will you check, okay, which number is the highest number? That number I will mention here. No, we can't do like that. So we have to write such a query over here which will return that 80,000. Again, I will repeat. We have to write such a query over here which will return that 80,000. So this 80,000 I am going to replace with one subquery. See, this is your main query. Inside that, one more query I am going to write. What is the query? I will write select maximum of salary from which table? From employees table. So guys, what this query returns? Maximum salary from employees table means what it returns? Of course, it will return 80,000. So wherever salary is equal to 80,000, that employee ka all details will be returned. So if I select this query and if I execute it, I got the correct output. So what is subquery in this case? The subquery means this query, which is present inside your main query. Okay. So this is only your subquery. Is this clear? So again, I will explain the same concept with the help of this simple presentation over here. So observe carefully, guys. Okay. Let's say this is the problem statement. You have to write an SQL query to display the movie name and ticket price of the movie that has the highest ticket price. So what you have to display? The movie name and the ticket price, which has the highest ticket price. So if you carefully observe in this, here we have a ticket price 10, 12.50, 9.75. Which one is highest? 11, right? So we have to display this movie name and this 11 ticket price. So, sorry, this is the movie name. Which column? Okay, this column is the movie name. This column. Okay, 4. So now how to write the query? Look over here, everyone. Here I am going to write the query like this. Select movie name and ticket price. Look over here, movie name and ticket price I want to select. From which table? Ticket booking table. Let's say the table name for this is ticket booking. Okay. Wherever. Now, I don't want all movie names and ticket price. I want only such movie name and ticket price wherever ticket price is 11. Now, how will you get 11? Here I will write wherever ticket price is equal to 11 I want, because highest ticket price is 11 only. Manually I have checked. So manually always we cannot check. As of now only 5 records are present. What if we have 10 lakh records? Manually will you check, okay, which movie has the highest price? Not possible. So I want 11 present over here. So we have to write one subquery which returns 11. Now if you are thinking, ma'am, directly we will write like this, no. Wherever ticket price is equal to maximum of ticket price. So ticket price column is this, on which I have used max function. So it will check which ticket price is maximum. No guys, this is not the correct syntax. Because in group by we have understood, if you want to select aggregate columns with non-aggregate columns must be present in group by. So this aggregate column directly in the where condition we cannot use. If you want to use aggregate columns in condition, having is must. And if you want to use having, group by is must. That's why I told you first go and watch my group by clause video, then come and learn subqueries. Otherwise you won't understand. So that's why we cannot write like this. We have to write this subquery. And what this subquery returns? See, this subquery returns 12.50. Oh, my bad. 11 is not the maximum price, guys. 12.50 is the maximum price. Okay. So this subquery returns 12.50. And wherever the ticket price is 12.50, the movie name and ticket price will be returned like this. So this is how subquery is written. Again, I will tell you, you cannot use max of ticket price here in where condition. In where clause, we cannot use aggregate column. Aggregate column means the columns on which we are using minimum, max, average, any aggregate function. Okay. So yes, that's why we have to make use of this subquery. Clear, everyone? You can pause this video and you can understand this concept. In the description, I have given this screenshot. You can go through it. So this is the employees table which you have to create. Okay. And these are the questions which we are going to solve based on this table. So first 2 questions I have given based on group by and ordered by, just to revise the previous concept, and then we will start solving the questions on subqueries. So shall we start? Just a minute. Okay, I'll just move the video over here. Yeah. So let's start, everyone. First question. We have to write a query to display each department ID, okay, along with the total number of employees in that department. So we have to display department ID and the total number of employees working in that department. They have asked to sort the order also. We will sort the order next. So look over here. First, we have to check department ID, unique department ID. First is 101. So can you tell me how many employees are working in 101? Alice, 1. Bob, next Frank. So we have to display department ID 101 and next column is 3 because 3 employees are working in 101. In the similar way, 102, in 102, Charlie, David, Heidi means 3. Again, 102, 3. In 103, Abby, Grace, that's all. So 103, 2. In 104, only 1. So 104, 1. So that employee number count we have to mention for each department. How many employees are working in each department. So how to write the query? What do you think? What we have to display? We have to display department ID and the number of employees working in that department. So which function? Count function. So we will be writing count of everything. Department ID and count of everything. So we have to group by also. So group by department ID. So what will happen if we write group by department ID? Any idea, guys? If I write group by department ID, what will happen? So look over here. I have clicked. As soon as you write group by department ID, leave about this select statement. Okay. As soon as you will write group by department ID, it will target department ID column. Wherever department, similar department IDs you have. See, before group by, your table was like this. After group by, your table will become like this. Wherever the similar department ID we have, that will be in one group. Again, department ID 102, second group. Department ID 103, third group, and 104, fourth group. So internally, MySQL will check, okay, where is similar department ID? All the rows will be under one group. So these 3 rows are present in one group. Correct? So here I am telling after group by, once you group the records as per department ID, what you want to select from this group? So I am telling from this group, you select department ID and what else? Count of rows which are present in this group. So my dear, in this group which I have highlighted, how many rows are present in 101? 3. So it will display 101 and count is 3. In second highlighted part here, how many rows are present? 3 and 102, 3 it will display. So department ID count, department ID count. This is what I want. So if I execute this, can you see over here in department ID 101, 3 employees are working, 2, 3, 3, 2 and in department ID 104, 1 employee is working. Here you can give the column aliasing as employee count like this. Okay. Okay. So I hope I am clear with this. So now let's move towards the next example. We have to write a SQL query to display the number of active employees in each department. Here actually we have to sort the result also. This task I will give for you. You sort it. Okay. Just displaying in ascending and descending. Okay. They have asked to display it in descending. So you use it. Write a query to display the number of active employees in each department. Sort the result in descending order of the number of active employees. So for each department, we have to display the number of active employees. So let's go back. I will select everything, all the details from employees. Okay. So these are all the details from employees table. So we have to target only active employees for each department. So manually, if you check in department ID 101, first we will sort it group by as per department ID, of course. So in department ID 101, how many active employees are present? 2, correct. In department ID 102, how many active employees are present? Again 2, check 102 ka group it is. In department ID 103, how many active are present? 2. And in department ID 104, 0 active employees are present. So what they have asked to display? We have to display the department ID and the count of active employees. So how to write the query, guys? What to select, we will discuss about it later. First, we have to do group by department ID. So wherever similar department IDs we have, that will be under one group. After that, from this group, we have to remove such rows where status is inactive. So I will write having status is equal to active. Only active employees you want to check, right? So only active employees it will consider. So in this group, it will check. Okay, status active. Okay, you are present in the group. Status active. Okay, consider in the group. Status is inactive. So it won't consider this row in the group where status is inactive. It won't at all consider, guys. So this is how having works. If you want to filter the rows after group by, you have to use having. Before group by, only if you want to filter the rows. See, like this also we can write. We can write first filter wherever status is equal to active. You consider only those records. So what it will do? Before it will create any group, it will check where is status active, only those records it will consider. And after that, it will create the groups like this. So in 101 group, only these 2 records will be present. This inactive is not present because already we have filtered the records. Okay, understood. So once active employees you filtered, group by is done. What else you have to do? You have to just write display department ID and count of rows which are present in that group as active employees, something like this I will write. So that's all, guys. In department ID 101, active employees are 2. In 102, active are 2. In 103, also active are 2. In 104, we were not having any active employee, right? So that's why it has displayed, it has not displayed 104 in the output. Okay. So I hope I am clear with this. Now let's see the next. Okay. All these answers you will be getting in the notes. From there you can copy. Okay. So this is only the correct answer if you want to filter the rows where clause is must. Now this you cannot write it in having because this is non-aggregate column. If it is aggregate column, we can write it in having. See, after grouping, if you want to filter any rows, you have to make use of having and aggregate column on which any max minimum function you have used. Otherwise, in having this condition, you cannot write. Okay, do remember this. So now next question. So this is the answer I have given. First filter the rows, then group, and then order by. Order by again I will give for you. You just execute it. Now we have to start solving the actual subqueries question. So let's start. Display the name and salary of those employees whose salary is greater than the average salary of all employees. So we have to display name and salary whose salary is greater than average salary of all employees. So let's start. First question is how to get the average salary. So we will write select average of salary from which table? From employee tables. Employees tables. So this is the average salary. So we want such employees whose salary is greater than this average salary. So we will consider this as a subquery. Okay, this is your subquery. And here we will write select. What to select? Name and salary from employees wherever salary is greater than this subquery, it has to execute now. Okay. So now if I execute this, can you see all these employees are getting highest salary compared to this average salary. That's all, guys. So this is how your subqueries works. So now next. Show the name and salary of employees who earn maximum salary among all employees. So this is simple question. I think you can solve this question by yourself. Okay. We have to find such an employee who is getting highest salary among all. At the beginning of the video only, we have discussed about this question. So Frank is getting highest salary. We are displaying name and salary of Frank. Okay. So this is the kind of similar question. Next, display the second highest salary from employee table. So you have to display the detail of such employee who is getting the second highest salary, not highest salary. So check which one is second highest salary. I guess 72 it is. 80? No, 72 it is. So what they have asked to display? Display the second highest salary from the employee table. Only salary we have to display, not the employee detail. So how should I display the 72,000 in the output? Here I will write display salary. Okay, from employees. Now next, we will just sort this salary. See, this is ascending order. I will sort it into descending. So highest will come first. Second row will be the second highest. Okay. So here I will write order by salary in descending order. So can you see all the salaries? We got it in descending. Descending means highest will come first, then lowest, and smallest number will come last. This is descending. So now second highest means, of course, the second row will be having the second highest salary. First will be the highest, second will be the second highest. Okay. So here you can write it like this. Limit 1, offset 1. So yeah, you got the second highest salary in your output. I hope I am clear with this. But now you might be having the question like this. See the question. Doubt. If two employees are getting 80,000, then here also 80 is present, here also 80 is present. Like here 72, 72, two times are present. So at that time, second value won't be the highest, second highest. So my dear, here first you have to select distinct salary, means unique salaries. Okay. So see, all the duplicates got removed. Once you remove the duplicate, order by always will be executed at the last. Okay. First from will be executed, then distinct, then order by will be executed. Again, I will repeat the sequence. First from, then distinct, then order by. So it has removed all the unique value and it has sorted in descending order. And then you have to write your limit. Okay. Limit 1, offset 1. So offset will skip the first row and limit will give only one row. Is this clear? Okay. Fine. So now we'll move towards the next. Show the number of employees who work in the departments where the average salary is more than 60,000. So we have to find such names of employees who works in the department in which department ka average salary is greater than 60,000. For that department I'm talking about, not the entire average salary we have to calculate. No, we have to calculate the average salary for each department. If it is greater than 60,000, so we have to return such employees' names who work in the department where average salary is greater than 60,000. So let's say we have a mechanical department, we have a development department, testing department. So we have to check each department ka average salary. Let's say for testing department, average salary is greater than 60,000. Then their employee names we have to display. That's all. So let's start. First, we have to find out such departments whose average salary is greater than 60,000. So I'll just select everything from employees. Okay. So first we have to group by department ID like this. So we have to calculate average salary for this group and we have to check, is it greater than 60? If yes, we will display Alice, Bob, Frank names in the output. Next group is 102. We have to check their average salary. Is this greater than 60,000? If yes, we will return Charlie and David in the output. Okay, and so on. So let's calculate the average salary. What to select, we will discuss about it later. But how to calculate the average salary? Let's write the query for this. So select from employees. I will write it over here. Group by department ID. So wherever similar department IDs we have, this is the one group, second group, third and fourth groups it will create. So now I wanted to check the average salary. So here I will write average of salary. So this is your average of salary. So after that, what we will do? We will check wherever this average salary is greater than 60,000. That rows we have to check. Okay. So let's continue this. If I execute this, see, I got the average salary for respective department. Here you can display the department ID also like this. So for department ID 101, this is the average salary. 2, this is the average salary. But I don't want such department. See, in department ID 103, what is the average salary? 56. So I have to exclude this department. I want only those departments whose average salary is greater than 60,000. So what we will do over here? After grouping, we want to filter the groups. I want such groups whose average salary is greater than 60,000. So I am going to write it over here. Observe carefully. Having average salary is greater than 60,000. So after grouping, if you want to filter the groups, we have to use having. Before grouping, if you want to filter the rows, we will use where. Simple, guys. Where before grouping, having after group by. Okay. So now if I execute this query, see, I got such a department whose average salary is greater than 60,000. So now here, I will just wrap it into the brackets because this is not our final answer. They want such employees whose average salary, means who are getting the salary more than this, who are working in such a department whose average salary is greater than 60,000. Again, I will show you the problem statement. See, we have to return such employee names who works in the department whose average salary is greater than 60,000. So now what we will do? We'll go back. We found such a department whose average salary is greater than 60,000. So now I will write the outer query. Look over here, subquery part is done. So outer query, I will write select all the details from employees wherever department ID in. Department ID in, because this subquery might return multiple values. Correct, right? So average salary we should not return. We should return only department ID. So this subquery will return two values, 101 and 102. So I'm telling you select all the details of employees where department ID is matching with either 101 or 102. So you will be getting the output like this. Look over here. So these are the employees who are working in such a department where average salary is greater than 60,000. I hope I am clear with this. Okay. So now next question. You can pause the video. You can get these queries from the notes. Create the table in your system also, and along with me, you start executing the queries for the better clarity. So now we have to list the names of employee and their department ID and location also, who are working in locations that has more than one department. Okay, so let's see what they are asking for. Just give me a second. Okay, so this is your employees table. So we have to display the details of employee, means name, salary and location. Okay. For such employees who are working in the locations in which more than one departments are available. What I mean is, look over here. In this table, first location is Hyderabad. In Hyderabad, how many departments are present? Check. Here is Hyderabad, here is Hyderabad. If you are thinking, ma'am, 3 departments are present. No, no, no. All department ID are 101 only. They are asking the locations in which more than one departments are present. 101 means same department, right? More than different unique departments are present, such locations we have to target. So in Hyderabad, if you check, only one department is present with ID 101. Okay, it's not like marketing is also present, testing is present, development is present. No, no, no. In Hyderabad, we have only one type of department. Let's say 101 is development department. So only development we have. Okay. So in the similar way, at location Bangalore, check 102, Bangalore 102, Bangalore 102, same only. So leave it. At location Mumbai 103, Mumbai 103, done. For Bangalore, actually 104 is also present. So Bangalore we should consider, guys. See, for Bangalore, department ID 102 is present. Bangalore 102 is present. Bangalore 102, Bangalore 104. So in Bangalore, two different departments are present, 102 and 104. So we have to consider Bangalore location. In all other locations, we have only one department. Okay, clear? So let's start writing the query for this. So I have copy pasted the same question over here, so you can read it again. So we have to list name and department ID and locations of employees working in a location that has more than one department. So we have to find out such a location that has more than one department. So we found out manually, we have checked and we got Bangalore, guys, because in Bangalore, two different unique department IDs we found, 102 and 104. So now how to write the query to get the same output? Let's see. So first we will find out such locations in which more than one departments are present. So we are going to find out such a location from which table? Employees table. So first we will group by location. See, Bangalore locations will be present in one group. So in this group we will check unique department ID. How many unique department IDs are present in Bangalore location? Check. 102 and 104. So we have to get the count of unique department ID. That's all. So let's do it. So we have to select location from employees, group by location. Okay, understood. So now if I execute this code, see, we got Hyderabad, Bangalore and Mumbai. 3 locations we got. These are the 3 unique locations. So now in these locations, I need the count of unique department IDs and it must be greater than 2. So here I will write, give me such groups having distinct department ID. This count, this must be greater than 1. This must be greater than 1. So now, see, if I remove this, sorry, if I execute this, see, we got only Bangalore. Because Bangalore is the location where count of distinct department ID is 1. See how we got this? Again, I will explain. First, we have to group by locations. Okay. So all the locations, see, Bangalore will be under one group, Hyderabad in another group, Mumbai is in one group. So in that group, we have to check the department ID. Okay. So here I'll mention the department ID. Okay. Like this. So again, we will sort it group by location. Now in this group, we have to get the count of department ID. Directly, if you write count of department ID, you will get 4 because 4 rows are present. Sorry, count of everything, if you write 4 rows are present. If you write count of department ID, you will get 2. Okay, but I need a distinct, okay, distinct department ID. It should not consider 102, 102, 102 as a 3 different count. No, it should consider as a 1. So that's why we have written the query like this. So we got such a location in which more than one departments are present. So now we have to get the employees who are working in this location. So we will write select maybe name of the employee they have asked to display, then department ID they have asked to display, then location they have asked to display. Okay. From which table? From employees table. Wherever location in. If you are thinking, ma'am, why in? Because this subquery might return more than one value. So we have to compare more than one value. So that's why I have used in operator over here. Okay. So now if I execute this, see, those who are working in Bangalore location, we got their details. So these are the employees who are working in the locations where more than one departments are present. Okay. As simple as. So now next. Display the name and salary of employees whose salary is more than every employee working in department 103. So we have to find out name and salary of employee whose salary is more than all employees working in department 103. What is the meaning of this? Let's understand. Very simple query it is. If you want to write the answer, you can pause the video. You can try it out first from your end to write the answer. Okay. So check department ID 103, guys. Where is 103? Here. Okay. Here. So now we have to find out such employees whose salary is greater than 50 also, 62 also. It must be greater than all the numbers from department 103. So now check first salary 55,000. Is it greater than 50? Yes. 62 also? Yes. Check 80,000. Is it greater than 50? Yes. 62 also? Yes. Check 70 also. Is it greater than 50? Yes. 62 also? Yes. So we should consider. So we have to target such rows whose salary is greater than all salaries of 103 department. Okay. So how to write the query? First, we will get the salary of department 103. Okay. As you can see, this is the subquery. Select salary from employees where department ID is 103. So I will write select salary from employees where department ID is equal to 103. So see, these are the salaries of employee where department ID is 103. Okay, understood. So now I am going to execute main query. Select all the details from employees. Next, where salary is greater than. Now this subquery I am going to execute over here. Now greater than will match for only one value. It must be greater than 50 or greater than 60 like this. But here two values we have. This subquery is returning two values. So salary must be greater than. Here two values are present. Two values how we can compare by using greater than symbol, guys. Okay. So we have to make use of all over here. It must be greater than all. So if we write, it will consider all the values. It will make sure this salary must be greater than all values, whatever we are returning over here. Okay. Like how we have learned equal to operator and in operator. Equal to, if you are using only one value, you can compare 10 is equal to 10. That's all. But if you use in operator, you can pass multiple group of values. So it will check is 10 is equal to 10 or equal to 20 or 30, like that it is. So here multiple values are present. I am telling if the salary is greater than all the values which this subquery is returning, then you return that row. So now if I execute this query, this is the output. So these are the employee. Actually, name and salary they have asked to display. So I will write name and salary. So name and salary for employees whose salary is more than every employee working in department ID 103. I hope I am clear with this. If you are thinking, ma'am, how we will get to know about how to write this query? Guys, you are just learning now how to use subquery, what is all. In our upcoming videos, we will solve multiple practice questions based on this subqueries, group by, operators all together. So do remember, with practice only, you will become expert. As of now, you are learning the concepts. Okay. So let's see the next example. Find all the departments that have at least one active employee. So they are telling this, you can solve it by yourself, guys. We have to find out all departments that have at least one active employee. So we will find out distinct department ID where status is active. Okay, this is simple one only. So next, correlated query means inside select statement, I'm going to use the subquery now. So now this is kind of difficult question or a tricky question, we can say. So I'm going to paste the question over here. You try to write the answer. If you write it, that's well and good. If not, we'll write it together. So this is the question. For every employee, display their name, department ID, and total number of employees working in their department. So this is our table. Select everything from employees. Okay. Now in this table, if you carefully observe, we have a multiple employees working over here, right? So we have to display the name of the employee, Alice, department ID 101. Then third column, we have to display how many employees are working in Alice department. So check in 101, Alice 1, Bob 2, then Frank 3. So we should display 3 over here because in 101, 3 employees are working. For Bob also 101, count is 3. 3 employees are working. For Charlie 102, how many employees are working in 102? 1, 2. So we should display 2. So we have to display 3 columns in the output. First, name of the employee. Second, the department ID. And third, the number of employees working in that department. So 3 columns we have to display. So what do you think? How to write the answer for this? Okay. So look over here, everyone. This is the question I have pasted over here. So we have to display 3 columns, department ID, the employee, and the number of employees are working in that particular department. So for that purpose, we are going to use the subquery in the select statement. So let's start writing the query for this. I will be writing over here, select. What we want to select? So in the question they have mentioned we have to select name and department ID. So I'm going to write it over here. Let me write it here little bit properly. Select name, comma, department ID. Department ID. Plus now, third column I want as the total number of employees working in that department. So basically I need a count, but only for that department. So for example, here if you check, what is the department ID? 101. So I need one column which will display 3 because in 101 department, 3 employees are working. So how to write? By using subquery, I am writing. Focus very carefully. So after this comma, I'm going to execute one subquery. Select. Okay. What to select? The count of rows. From which table? From employees. I'm going to give the name to this table as a E2. Now what is E2? Table aliasing. Have a patience, guys. You will understand. Select count of everything from employees E2. Now, we need a total number of employees in that department. So we will write it group by department ID. Department ID like this. So what will happen? It will group by department ID. So all the department IDs wherever 101 is present, that will be in one group. Department ID 102 will be in another group. So in that group, how many rows are present? It is present in this count. Okay. Okay. Understood. I hope this subquery is clear to all because subquery is not new for you. We are just returning the number of employees working in each department. Okay. Now here I am going to give one column aliasing over here as count. As count. And the outer query I will complete now from employee, from employees E1. Oh, What is this query all about? Let me show you. I'll just move it little bit here because I need to give the where condition as well. So this column aliasing I will remove. I'll complete my query first. Select count of everything from employees E2 group by department ID. So here I'm going to give the condition now. Okay, so I have adjusted the query little bit neatly. Okay, I hope now it is readable. So carefully observe everyone guys. What I'm going to do in this, I'm going to give the condition over here, but wait, first I will tell you what logic I'm going to implement. One time if you learn this logic, multiple times you can implement in multiple questions. Okay, so what we are going to do is, for this table, for each row of this table, we will give the name as E1. And for this table, we are going to give the name as E2. And we are going to check one simple condition where E1 dot department ID, E1 dot department ID means this column, and E2 dot department ID, whether both are matching or not. This condition I am going to check. Okay, so let me complete the condition before group by I will write. Actually, group by is not at all required. I will tell you why. Okay, so simple condition I will write. Let me move it this side. Okay, so the condition will look something like this. Wherever E1 dot department ID is equal to E2 dot department ID. That count we are asking it to return. So this is your subquery. I'll just close this bracket. This entire is your subquery. I will write it here as count. Okay. Just one way of writing the query I'm explaining over here. The same answer you can get it in multiple ways, guys. But this way also you should know. So now what is the meaning of this? Look over here. First it will target from, outer from, the main query ka from, this. And it will target E2 table. Let's say E2 table is this. Okay. Or this, whichever you want. Let's say E2 table is this. Okay. E2. Because from E2 will be executed first. Because it is the outer query. So now select will be executed. Always from will be executed first and then select will be executed. So outer from already got executed. Now it will execute select. So from this E2 table, we are asking select name and department ID column. So these two columns will be targeted. Okay. Now what is the third column? In third column, we have given a complete subquery. This is the subquery. And the column name is count. This is the column name. So the third column is under progress. Two columns are present over here only. First, second, but third column is subquery. So it will execute now subquery. For which row? For this row, guys. For this first row, it will execute the subquery. So actually the name of this row, it will give as E2. And it will execute the subquery. So in subquery, first from will be executed, this part. So always, whichever the query is present, from clause will be executed first. From employees E1. So let's say this is your E1 table. Actually, same table it targets, but for your understanding, I'm giving the name as E1. Okay. E1. What is the condition? E1 dot department ID means this. Is it matching with E2 dot department ID means this. E2 is this row ka name you can consider. One by one, each row it will target. Okay. So now E1 actually is the name given for all rows. This is E1 because it is subquery. In main query, this single row has the name E2 you can consider. So now how it will check? Understand very carefully. It will check E1 dot department ID. E1 means this table, entire table. Okay. The first department ID is this. Now it will check, is this matching with E2 means this dot department ID. So are they both matching, guys? Yes. So count is 1. There it won't stop. See, even means all rows I have said, right? Because it is inner table. Even is inner table, guys. That's why. So now it will check. Next, E2 dot department ID. Is it matching with this next 101? Yes. So count will become 2. So again, 101, it will check over here. Is it matching? No. Matching? No. Matching? No. Matching? Yes. So count will become 3. Again, it will check. Is it matching? No. 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 So done. Matching is done. What is the count? Final count, you got it? 3. So my dear, it will display name is Alice. See, we are currently present at this row. Check the outer query ka row. We are currently present at this row. So it will display Alice. Okay, in the output. Next, department ID 101. And what is the count? 3 it will display in the output. Are you understanding? I know this is little complex, but after once you watch multiple times, you will understand it. Now next, guys, next condition, next row actually. So E2 will target the next row now, this row. The name of this row will be E2 now. And in subquery, whatever the table you have, this E1, the name of all rows will be E1. Okay, now it will check E2 dot department ID is 101. Is it matching with this? Yes. So count is 1. Next, is it matching here? Yes. Count will become 2. Again, is it matching here? No. Here, no. Here, no. Here, yes. Count will become 3. Next, here, no. No, no. So wherever it is matching, those records we have considered. So now it will display. See, currently we are present at this row. E2 you check because E2 is a main query, guys. So from E2 table, we have to display name, department ID and this count we have to display. So what will be the output now? I'll just write it over here. Okay. The output will be Bob, department ID 101 and what is the count we got? 3. 3. So like that, it will check for each row. So now where E2 will target? Next guys, E2 will target here. So now E2 dot department ID, check this condition. E2 dot department ID means 102. Is it matching with E1 dot department ID? E1 means all these rows, all rows. So it will check first row. No, no. Is it matching here? Yes. So count will become 1. Again, it will check this 102 is matching here. Yes. Count will become 2. Is it matching here? No, 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 no. Matching here? Yes. So 3. So now it will display for Charlie, guys. For Charlie, it will display Charlie name. Okay, you have told name, then department ID is 102 and you have told count also. Count is 3. Like that, it will check for each row and it is displaying the name of employee, the department ID of employee and the count means the number of employees who are working in that department. Understanding this concept is very important. See, what is the concept? Very tricky and advanced concept I'm teaching to you guys. Okay. So E2, if you tell, E2 is the name which you have given in outer query. So for each row of outer query, inner query will be executed. This is what we call it as a correlated subqueries. Okay. For each row of outer query, inner query will be executed. See, from outer query table name is E2. For first row of outer query, it will execute the subquery, all rows of subquery. So that's why I'm telling for each row of outer query, your subquery ke all rows will be checked. Are you understanding? Okay. So this is the answer of your question. So now I'm going to share this screen. Okay. So you just go through this. I'll just leave the meeting from this device. Yeah. Is that clear, everyone? Okay. So this is your final output, guys. Now I will copy this answer. I'm going to paste it over here. I'll execute this. So you are getting, see, name, department ID, and the number of employees working in that department, the count we are getting. Okay. So now next, this question I'm thinking for you guys to solve. Okay, or let me check any challenges there. Yes, challenge is there. So we'll solve it together, guys. Let's see. We have to display the name, the department ID, and the salary of employees who earn the maximum salary in their department. So we have to display name and department ID and the salary of employee who is earning maximum salary in that department. So how to write the answer for this? First, understand question carefully. Okay. So this is your employees table. We have to display the name of employee, okay, Alice, the department ID 101 and the salary of employee. But first you have to group by department ID. Check in this department 101. Who is earning maximum, guys? Who is earning maximum? 80,000. Frank is earning maximum. So you have to display the name Frank 101 80,000. So in check in second group, who is earning maximum in 102? David and Heidi is earning maximum. They are earning maximum. So you have to display their name, department ID 102 and the maximum salary. In the similar way, what about this 103 who is earning maximum? Grace 103 and 62. So like that you have to check for each department who is earning maximum and their names, department IDs and salaries you have to display. Okay, so let's write the question for this. Select what to select. We will write it letter. I'll remove from this from employees. Group by department ID I will write. Okay. It will group by department ID. What you want to select, guys? The maximum salary from each department you want to select. So I will write maximum salary from each department. I'll just write department ID. Okay. So this will return the maximum salary from each department. So now what we will do, we have an employees table, right? So each row by row we will check. For each row, for what I mean is, look over here. We have this employees table, right? First, you remember this data. 101, 80,000. 102, 70,000, right? So now what I'm going to do is select everything from employees. I'm going to match that data over here, whatever that subquery was returning 101 80,000. So I will check this row, guys. Is this 101 80,000 combination? No. Is this 101 80,000 combination? No. Is this 101 80,000? No. Is this 101 80,000? No. Is this 101 80,000? Yes. So we will return Frank 101 80,000 in the output. So this pair we are going to match it out. Okay. So my subquery is returning this part. What my subquery is returning? If I execute this, my subquery is returning these values. So now I'm going to write the outer query. Select. All the details from, as of now, I will write all the details from employees wherever. Now in group, I will write department ID, comma, salary. If it is equal to, in operator we will use because multiple values are there. Because here only one value is not present, multiple values are present. So we have to make use of in operator. If it is matching with any of the pair returned by this subquery. See, from outer query, main employee table we have. In that department ID, salary. If it is matching with any of this combination, we will return that data. So my dear, these are the employees who are earning maximum salary in their department. So in 101, Frank, in 102, both are earning highest. In 103, 62, in 104, 55. So we have displayed all the details of employees who are getting maximum salary in their department. So my dear, do remember you have to match the combinations like this only. You cannot write wherever salary in. If you are thinking, ma'am, we will find out all the maximum salaries from their department and only salaries we will match. No, we cannot write like that. You have to write combinations. Why we cannot write like that? In the upcoming part 2 of subqueries, I am going to solve the complex subqueries. Plus, we are going to use the subqueries in the insert statement, in the update statement, the data is available over here. If you want, you can go through it. Okay. So this is all about our this video. In this, we have solved these many questions of subqueries. I want you guys to go through all these practice question answers, execute them, understand the explanation multiple times. Still, if you have any doubt in the comments, you can ask the doubt. For sure, I will reply with the proper explanation. Okay. So this is all about this video, guys. We'll meet in the subquery part 2 and we will start solving the complex subqueries. Thank you everyone. Take care all of you and I will meet you in the next video soon. Thank you.